What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all doing great. If you pulled during the extra legendary event, I hope it went well for you. I have a video coming out later today on the extra legendary event, so stay tuned for that. But right now, we're going to talk about the Spider Turn Attack Tournament. Now, this is a little bit interesting because there used to be a bug on Spider Stage 10 that gave you basically very high drop rates for 5-star gear and a lot lower drop rates for 4-star gear, and it's like a really skewed numbers. Actually, here are the number breakdown, and I was going to share this, but stage 10, you get 81% chance of getting 5-star and an 18% chance to get 4-star gear. So if you're working on farming, honestly, until you get to the higher stages, possibly like 20, then just do stage 10 because it's going to give you a lot more 5-star gear. However, that's going to do absolutely nothing for this actual tournament, because in this tournament, you don't get points based on the gear you get points based on the amount of turns you take, depending on the level you're doing. Now, normal mode versus hard mode. In my opinion, normal mode, you're gonna, especially in these higher stages, need Cold Heart a lot more than you will on hard mode. I'm gonna try to build a team with no Cold Heart. I have a team with Cold Heart, but she can be easily swapped out for early stages of hard mode. But first thing first, I wanna talk about stage 10. So stage 10 hard is going to be, I guess, the ideal stage for anybody, right? Like if you can do stage 10 hard, that's what you're going to be doing. So here is the team, not that one right there. This is a team right here that I'll be using. It's super simple. I mean, honestly, I don't necessarily even need a video, but it took me probably 20 minutes maybe to put it together and actually get it to where I liked it, very consistent. So the stats of these champions, Mithrala is 295, Lydia 279, we have Cold Heart 259. She is actually in instinct gear. The other Cold Heart is 262. You guys can see the presets right here. It's only one round. And the Painkeeper is just for my Bat Eater Clan Boss team at 256. So damage dealing from these champions is pretty important. My Lydia is in a curse set, though I don't think it matters too much. Though if the Hex places, it's nice. It's going to add extra damage sharing, because on hard mode Spider, you're getting damage to the big spider from actually, well, hitting it, but you're also getting damage from the big spider when the little spiderlings die, which is going to be the biggest contributor to your damage, which is why I believe if you don't have Cold Heart, you're going to need to do hard mode Spider if you can get there, because Dark Elves don't have any burn champions, do they? Like, I didn't see any. I don't have any from Dark Elves. I don't know if they actually have any, period. But they do have some good damage dealers. They also have Mithrala plus Lydia. Lydia makes your damage quite a bit higher. Not everybody may have her, though. And Mithrala does Hex, which everybody should have her. If you don't, you need to get caught up with your Hydra and get Mithrala, because she is an amazing champion. Now, Cold Heart should drop Heartseeker very soon, actually. Maybe she forgot to do it, but I was pretty sure the tune, she was supposed to drop it right before the spider took another turn here. So if the Cold Heart, okay, she doesn't even get a turn, but that's round one. Looked very smooth. So round number 2, it's not going to be the best turn limit. You could probably do better turn counts, but this is going to be super consistent, super safe. And I'm doing stage 10 hard mode Spider, getting points for this tournament, finishing out or working towards finishing the Halloween event using Dark Elves. So, I mean, it's a pretty good situation, right? Like, you're not doing any higher stage than stage 10 hard. It's 100% consistent, and it's relatively fast, under a minute. So I'm happy. I'm satisfied with this. Make sure your Cold Hearts are pretty tanky, though, because if they die from that spider's breath, it's going to be rough. But you have Lydia's Strengthen, Mithrala's Increased Defense, so you should be okay. And then the second round, you have Mithrala's Shield. So you should be safe. This Cold Heart, this one right here, this little Fire Cold Heart, should come around to a Heartseeker before the big spider takes a turn, which is pretty important. So just make sure your champions are relatively close to the speeds that I have them at, because that last Heartseeker right there does secure the victory every single time. 65 points, not too bad. Now let's drop it down to stage 1. So stage 1, I got a team I'm going to give an example of. This is the one that I ran the first time. And this is going to have Cold Heart, obviously. It has a +4 ray, though you don't need +4 ray. All the concept here is we have Mithrala doing Hex on everybody. We have the Painkeeper to reduce some of the cooldown so we can cycle a little bit faster. And then we have some AoE damage dealers to just go ahead and help us get through the actual spiders. Rule is actually a pretty solid damage dealer. He can hit very hard. When enemies have Hex on him, he actually does a double hit, but he also brings a Hex of his own. On his A3 ability, he can place his own Hex, which is very nice because the spider just ate everybody. So they're going to come back down. And in just a moment, Rule is going to place his Hex from his A3 ability. Boom. Hex on everybody, which means whenever we do damage to the big spider, it's going to be shared to all the other little spiderlings. And once they die, it's going to be damaged back onto the big spider, allowing us to actually progress through this much easier much safer, much more consistent. Now, this isn't going to be a speed farm, but stage 1 as the example, you could do a higher stage than stage 1, definitely. I don't know how high you'd want to push it, but with a team like this, you could definitely go higher. And honestly, stage 10 doesn't even need a cold heart. It's just pretty easy because I have plenty of cold hearts, probably more cold hearts than any person needs. I got 4 that are maxed out. I think maybe I should have 5. I don't know. But there we go. A minute 10. That's not too bad. 51 points. Not too bad at all. Let me try this one time with no cold heart. Who could I use instead of cold heart? Well, I could possibly use a champion like Lydia. I could possibly use another good damage dealer. Who do I have in Dark Elves that I could actually fit in here? Because this is just going to be the strategy. Like normal mode, cold heart, extremely valuable because you can reduce the turn meter. Hard mode, can't reduce the turn meter. You need to kill all the spiderlings. So there's really no reason to be specifically bringing cold heart other than the fact that she's doing 1.4 million damage to the big spider. So it's basically like bringing a AoE damage dealer there anyways. I think it was like 1.4 million. Maybe not on stage 1. But here we go down here. Do I have any? Yeah, Lua actually. Lua's a very solid champion for this. Like I could definitely make her work. I may have to get her boosted up a little bit and maybe would have to take in a champion like Lydia. Yeah, Lydia for this. So she could do some more damage. But if I built her out, I could probably make her actually work in this stage, honestly. Because she can hit pretty daggone hard. Like the triple hitter, let's see. Lua, which actually is kind of funny because Lua is the name of my new snake I just got a few days ago. Boa constrictor. I've actually named both of the pet snakes that I have, ball python, Ray, and then Lua, the boa constrictor. So it's kind of cool. We're going to go ahead and show off some Lua and Ray in the same team. Sweet. All right, so throw some instant gear on this girl. Let's go ahead and try to get her to 100% crit rate. I could put Rule in the lead for the extra 20%, but I'd rather not do that, to be honest. We'll throw on this instant gear just to make things a little bit simpler. I don't know how you say that. Attack percentage, if we got it. 18%, you know what? Forget it. We're just going to throw Rule in the lead. Make things a little bit easier for me. So Rules presets, in case you're interested, here we go. 1, boom. It's Ray. It's Lua. Rule. He's opening with this A2, prioritize the A3, and then Painkeeper. So we're going to swap Rule. Actually, why did I swap Lua? I didn't need to do that. Actually, no, that's not right. Boom, boom. And then go down to Lua. Actually, I need to drop a book into her as well. I haven't used her in a long time, but she's definitely a very solid champion, which I have no clue where she's at. Scroll down just a little bit, guys. But let me know if you're using any interesting team, anything specific. Let me know. I'm definitely interested. There's a lot of different options. Lua actually has a hard-hitting A3 as well. It's a single target ability, so it's kind of like Cold Heart, but not like Cold Heart really at all, but kind of in a way, sort of like it. Priority number 2. And if you have Lydia, you can throw her in there. My thought process with no Lydia is kind of that, hey, most players probably have Mithrala because you just got to do Hydra for that, but not everybody may have Lydia, though you should be grinding for her if you don't have her. May not be for everybody. Just may not be to that point in the game, and you still may be able to do stage 1 Spider. You should be able to. Like with these champions, not crazy gear necessarily, but it should work out perfectly fine. I hope I'm not about to eat my words, but mostly Void, we're fine on this stage. Let's go ahead and see how this actually works. Rule giving everybody 20% extra crit rate. Mithrala open with a Hex. Spider stage 1 hard, not super fast. I should probably take Cold Heart, or not Cold Heart, Painkeeper, and make that ability used second. So open with a different ability and then use that. Rule didn't get his turn just yet, which is unfortunate. May have to have him open with the A1, potentially, and then use the A3 into the A2. So the Spider just took some turns. Obviously, the speeds here are a little bit funky. May be able to finish it off still, though, potentially. I just got to adjust some presets. But basically, what I want to say is that you don't need Cold Heart for this. Hopefully, I can actually show you that. But no guarantees. If Rule gets a turn, I feel like he's not taking his turns. I feel like he's just being a lazy dude. All right, Rule. Now, has the Spider healed the second time? I don't think so. I don't know where I'm at in the turn order. Okay, so Thrall doing that. And then Ray coming in, hopefully dropping something before the match ends. Boom. Almost dropping the big Spider. That was pretty good RNG. So for the sake of this video, that's going to help out. However, you're going to want your run to be safer than that, of course. because Ray just cut in. I think the spider was going to heal there. Not 100% sure. I'm kind of lost where we are with the turn orders. But there we go. Rule comes in with a double hitter, and it wipes everybody out. But you can see it can be done with no Cold Heart. So when you're building teams in general for Spider hard mode, don't stress about not having a Cold Heart so much, because Cold Heart is very needed for normal. Not so needed for hard mode, though still an amazing champion for hard mode. So the team I'm going to be using is this team right here. And the team that you should be using is really whatever team you can do on the highest stage possible. A few different examples there. I will run a stage 20 Spider, but to be honest, there's really, unless you can't get to hard mode Spider whatsoever, I don't see a situation where you could do stage 20 consistently and easy with Dark Elves, which you couldn't do stage 1 hard or anything in hard, to be honest. Like, I mean, what would that be? If your Cold Hearts were super weak, maybe. If you didn't have Mithrala, possibly, because she's very important with the Hex. Cold Heart's not as impactful on hard mode without Hex. She really needs the Hex here. Like, it's required for her to be viable. But yeah, definitely. It's like hard mode is almost easier than normal, which is a strange thing, but I love it. I think it's awesome. It opens up more variety, because used to Spider was like, hey, Cold Hearts, you need the max HP stuff. You need these big turn meter reduction champions. Visix is pretty good on normal mode Spider especially. There we go. 55 seconds, 20 turns, 65 points. So I will be doing this, picking up some Dungeon Diver stuff as well. Pretty nice stuff. Now, just for the sake of using my 4 Cold Hearts, because I never get to do that, guys, I might as well do it whenever I can actually be on a video, sharing with you all. We're going to drop this team, because I'm not going to be using that, but I just wanted to show proof of concept, basically. But for this, we're going to go ahead and use all my Cold Hearts. Now, let's go ahead and use recently used. I'm going to start with Lydia, Cold Heart 1, Cold Heart 2, Cold Heart 3. And then where is Cold Heart number 4? Come on down. Cold Heart number 4. Boom. I think that's all my Cold Hearts. I don't know for sure, but I think it is. I think it's really all I needed, because we're going to open with this. 1. I don't think we need all 4. I think it'd probably take 3 to go ahead and drop this. But we got the extra if I need it. I'm ready. I'm ready to rock if it happens to be needed. Here we go. Let's go ahead and see how this works. Boom. Decreased defense and weaken. Cold Heart number 1 popping off. 50% HP. Gone. 50% HP. Not really. Like 25%. Boom. There we go. 3 Cold Hearts is all that's needed. 4 turns. Bada bing, bada boom. Now let's go no Lydia, you know, because that's not needed either. Lydia, who needs her? Now I kind of need another Cold Heart, I feel like. Where is another Cold Heart? I have to have one, right? Let's go ahead and see one way down somewhere. There probably has to be one somewhere lurking around. Well, faction, be the easiest way to do this. Gotta throw in all the Cold Hearts whenever you get a chance, right? Okay, there we go. Let's scroll up a little bit. No other Cold Heart? I'm out of Cold Hearts. I have no more. Wow, okay. Well, I was going to show you guys a full team of Cold Hearts. Unfortunately, that is not an option today. However, I do have a team of 4 Cold Hearts, which is, dang, I feel like I'm lacking. Did I feed one of my Cold Hearts? I feel like I probably did. All right, guys. Well, apparently I can fail this stage. I need Lydia. I guess I need another Cold Heart. Dang, that's crazy stuff. All right, guys. Either way, thank you all very much for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed. Hopefully this helps you out in building a stage 10 hard Spider team. And keep in mind, like I said, any of these hard stages are probably going to be easier than some of the normal stages, because taking a look at the Dark Elves faction real quick, HP burns, they're non-existent, right? Unless I'm missing somebody. Knocked is just a poisoner, so no HP burns there. No HP burns anywhere in their legendaries that I know of. I could be wrong, but I don't think I am. And then here, same thing, no HP burn champions. And then here, well, they're kind of irrelevant because it's just rares, but no HP burn champions there either. And then, yeah. So basically, you're looking at just raw damage to the waves. And it's pretty easy, especially if you have Mithrala. And if you don't have Mithrala, throw a curse set on a champion who can do AoE damage. Then you can place Hex there and share the damage, or just bring tons of AoE damage dealers. So guys, thank you all very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you all in the next one.